You know what's actually funny
What?
is I think the last 4 or 5 times we've recorded, I've worn this exact same outfit. I feel like an I Love Lucy character because I just like this sweater so
You
much.
open the wardrobe and it's all that same color.
Yes, I should actually.
Oh man.
What's up, choo-choos? This is the Failroad Express, a board game review for Citadels and the Dark City expansion. That's not the cover.
The cover's way over there.
There we go, Citadels. Woo.
And the Dark City
Close up.
expansion.
Maybe the GoPro's on.
It's
Not even on. Not even on. Okay,
No.
Citadels is made by the Star Wars people.
Fantasy Flight Games.
That's right. So this game came out in 2002, and then the expansion came out in 2004, and after that they got the contract with LucasArts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is one of the first games that I ever played with you guys before we even had the channel. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we're finally getting around to this. And yeah, we're gonna tell you guys a little bit about how the game works. Then we're gonna go into our review where we rate it in our 3 categories: easy use, replay value, and overall fun.
Josh, you also interrupted me. I was not done introducing the game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
14 years and older, 2 to 8 players. The base game is allowing 2 to 7, and the expansion allows for an 8th person if you want to have that much body heat in the room, and 20 to 60 minutes depending on how much people is in the room.
That's right.
It is a matter of hidden identity. The expansion adds another 10 identity roles.
Yep.
Numerous sectors of the city, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So now
Yeah.
we can show you how the game goes.
All right, yeah. Let's show you how it works, and then we'll rate it. All right, so let's say it's mid-game of Citadels. We're playing a 2-player game, which is actually pretty good. In a 2-player game, we're gonna get 2 identities, and it's gonna go, whoever has the king marker goes first in choosing theirs, and then several of them are just going to get placed out of play, and either of us don't know exactly which ones were placed out.
Josh knows who 2 of those face-down cards are. I know who the other 2 face-down cards are, and I can infer with about a 50% certainty what those 2 that I'm fully unaware of are, because
That's
Josh
right.
placed them down. And another nice thing that you get to do with 2 characters in a 2-person game is you're sharing your resources. So you can use the funds acquired from both characters to start building out your city. Game ends when when the first person builds his 8th district or 7th district in a reduced round game, and then that signifies the end of the round, and then the last person goes. You're done. Count up your points based on the number of the territories and the little gold markers, how many different colors that you have, and any other modifiers that you might have that are named on the properties themselves. Okay, so we're going to do a roll call, 1 through 8. And this is how it goes. Assassin, take your turn.
Assassin, that is me.
Oh, he is the assassin.
I am the assassin, yeah. So I'm going to try and, based on what I know, I'm going to try and figure out which cards Christopher chose. I've got the king marker, and I know that I don't have the king, but I don't know if Christopher has it. I don't want him to be the first player, which is what the king does. So I'm going to say that I assassinate the king. The king is dead, long live the king. And then I take a turn as normal. Now, I could have done this at the end of my turn or at the beginning. I just chose to go ahead and say that. So yeah, I'm going to take 2 gold. And I'm not going to build anything right now. And that would be my turn. I could build any of these, but maybe I'm holding out to build something better. So yeah.
Okay, thief, take your turn. Thank you. Thief. Oh, I am the thief. So, I'm going to take 2 gold. And I'm actually going to spend all 5 gold. Oh, spend 5 gold here. Because I plan on I'm going to build a fortress. And so, you know that it's 5 gold because of the 5 gold markers on there. And that also means that it's worth 5 points at the end of the game. So I'm going to build that out. I'm going to take the 5 coins, Put it in the bank. And now I'm going to choose somebody to steal from. Let me choose to steal from the merchant. Merchant usually has a lot of money. Josh has 2 green properties, so the merchant gets a gold for each of the green properties that he has, so there's a good chance he might be the merchant.
Yeah,
okay.
Could be.
So now, who's next? The magician.
The magician. Okay, none of us are the magician.
All right, he's one of the face down. The king. The king was assassinated.
That's right.
Now,
and are you the king?
I can't say, because if you're assassinated, you sit there and just look pretty.
That's right.
Number 5.
The bishop.
Bishop.
So the bishop gets money for each blue property he has. I happen to have a church, so I get 1 coin just for being the bishop. Now, I want some more options for building buildings, so instead of taking 2 money, I've got plenty of money with me. I'm going to draw 2 cards, look at my options here. Of course, I get a blue and a green. I've already got blue and green. I've got so many blue greens, I don't need them, but I'm going to keep 1 anyway. So I'm just going to keep the harbor because it is... Oh, no, wait, I've got a harbor. So I can't build more than 1 of the same type of building, so my only option is the monastery. So I'm going to add that to my pool. The other one actually goes to the bottom of the draw deck. And then, now that I've got my monies, I'm going to build something expensive. I'm going to build a purple building. I'm going to build the smithy, which once during your turn, you may pay 2 gold to draw 3 district cards. So that gives me more options my next turn for
drawing districts. He can spend 2 gold to pick up extra districts with that smithy.
So there goes all my money for that, and that would end my turn right there.
Okay, so number 6, who I stole from, the merchant. It's not Josh, obviously.
If it had been, he would steal any amount of gold I have. If I
at
have
the start
that
of his
much,
turn.
Yeah. If I have 1 gold, he steals that. If I have 5 gold, he steals all of it.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
Oh well. Which means I just sort of wasted that thief. So I know he's not anyone else. Architect number 7. I'm not the architect, which leaves the last one. Warlord number 8. Which is actually it's a shame because Josh is the bishop.
That's right.
And the bishop's special power, in addition to getting money for his blue properties, is he's immune to the bishop's the warlord's ability of destroying his properties.
So I got lucky on that. I didn't know he was the warlord.
Warlord's pretty great.
Yeah.
So I'll get I'm going to take 2 gold at the start of my turn.
Because he's got his 2 red properties.
Well, I'm going to 2 for the red property, and I'll take 2 for my action. Now normally that would come at the end of my turn, but why don't I just build? Here we go, a temple. And I'm doing pretty good on points, I guess. I'll try and speed it up. The problem with building 1-point properties, though, is that if you're not the warlord next turn, he can destroy those for free.
If I can get my hands on that warlord, yep.
Yeah.
So, and then the game ends, if you're playing a quick game, once you've built 7 districts, or in a longer game, once you've built 8. And then you count up points based on how much gold these properties are worth, and a few other factors like who was the first to get their 8, who managed to build all 5 different colors, which if Christopher had say,
a purple
the
property.
smithy, he would have all 5 colors right there.
Yeah. It comes with these little scorecards and rule cards, and it shows you what you're supposed to do for each turn. Take your action, take 2 coins, or draw 2 cards and put one of them at the bottom of the deck. And then you can use your character special power at any point in that mix. And then if you flip it over, hey, that's how you tally up points.
Yep.
It's pretty simple, actually. I
It's
really
actually
enjoy
pretty
it.
straightforward. It can it can get a little bit more complicating with the expansion characters, which
The roles are pretty unique. Like number 1,
Yeah.
the witch. So she would swap out for the assassin, and she ends up putting a hex. You name a character, she hexes that character, and then she gets to use that character's power while that character still gets to take money. Whereas opposed to the assassin, they just don't get their turn at all. The witch, they still get to take money or build, but then she takes over for the rest of their character.
and then these
If I've got
last
the right of that.
Yeah, and then the 8-player expansion characters, man, they
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
If you get 8 people playing this, you make sure that they're good friends because you don't want people hanging out on their phones. And it can take a minute to get around to your turn. So analysis paralysis is pretty severe in this game, especially if you're going to introduce a group of people to it. And usually you don't have a bunch of people all at the same time that are all versed in playing games. But I think this is a good introductory game, especially if you're going to do it with maybe smaller 4 or 5 people.
Yeah. So that's Citadels. Let's tell the audience what we rate this in our 3 categories.
Sounds good. We give Citadels an 8 out of 10 for ease of use. Here's the instruction manual. All right, very small, form-fitting. You can put it in your pocket. First page. This first page just tells you if you're missing any parts of the game. The second page just tells you what those cards are. District, rule, character. The third page, this is the actual setup of the game. All right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. You're done. That's it. That's the whole manual. Everything else is just, hey, I want to do some basic rules. How do I play if I've got 2 players? Well, how do I play if I got 3 players? What about 7? Hey, you got 8 people? I got you, fam. We got that with the expansion. Right there. Bonus characters. Who's face up? I'll tell you who's face up. But what about district cards? I got questions. How's that bell tower work? Hold on to your sack. Right there. There's your bell tower. Those are the instructions. Look at that. That's full flavor text about what these character cards actually do. What about the expansion characters? Oh my god, they're right there. All of the expansion characters, all the base characters, then you're done with the book. Fantasy Flight, go buy their games. We give Citadels an 8 out of 10 for replayability. Why? Josh didn't want to do another animation. You can play this game with 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 7 people, 8 potato more. Okay, this goes from an intimate 2-person game, you're just hanging out with a buddy, waiting for another buddy, like today. Or you can have this as an introductory party game. And in addition to its ease of use not being very tough, you can introduce people. It's also a good game to get to know each other and who's willing to play as the assassin to stab folks in the back. I like this game a lot. I'm up to playing this game. It doesn't take forever. It really doesn't. Like I said, there can be the analysis paralysis, but that's any game when you get like 8 people. What do you want to do? You're going to switch out your cards? You're going to build some? I don't know. Maybe I want to invest. Just take your action and you're done. Really, this game doesn't take that long, and it's a great party game, and it's a great game for even a small group of people, even down to 2. 8 out of 10.
For overall fun of Citadels, we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a really good, enjoyable hidden identity game, and it's perhaps not like as fun as some of the other hidden identity games, like maybe Ultimate Werewolf or Avalon or something like that, but you're going to have a lot of fun with this. This is what makes the game right here. The 8 or 9 or whatever number of characters that you have to choose from. I mean, number 1 is the king is the only one who's ever going to know what random character was put face down at the beginning of the game, or of the beginning of each round. And so then it's just a matter of, him choosing his character, then you pass it on, and this guy's like, 2 cards are missing. This guy's one of them. I'm going to take the assassin, and I'm going to assassinate the king. Why? Because I don't want the king to do what the king does. The king is always the first player, takes the first player token, and it's just this interesting mix of, darn, I wanted to be the warlord because I needed to destroy this guy's property because he's about to end the game and I need to keep the game going, but he's the bishop, so I can't do that, and he knew he needed to be the bishop so that he wouldn't get his property destroyed and he could end the game. That's what makes the game fun, is trying to figure out what everyone's going to be doing and trying to beat them and trying to convince other people, hey, look, this guy needs to be taken down. We all need to focus on him, assassinate him, steal from him, destroy his properties so that we can win the game. Make him the king. But anyway, 7 out of 10, I think, is a good score for Citadels. So that's what we give it. Yeah, this prison takes way more than 2 gold to build. I mean, look at those towers. Look at those torture devices. That's more than 2 gold, Christopher.
I understand, but like there are some things in value that don't make any sense. Like, look at this dank princess castle, and it's worth 4.
It's worth 4 gold. It took 4 gold to build that.
There you go. And then there's the town hall that costs 5. To be fair, this town hall was built in New Jersey, and they used a government contractor. Mm-hmm. That's why it costs more than the castle.
I also love building. You can build a battlefield. Yeah, let's build the battlefield. You know, bring the dead bodies in over here. No, the opposing force goes over the hill. Of course, they have to come over the hill to meet the local force. What else? Oh, and then
aren't you just about the battlefield? Aren't you just clearing stuff away to make room for the battle? Because you don't want anyone to trip over rocks or
that's true. It's just like you're building a battlefield. It's like you're cutting down trees. Oh, what are you building the lumber for? Nothing. We just needed a battlefield.
You have to paint the battlefield with like a football field where it's
with lines.
Bad guy. Yeah, the lines. And then you have everyone set up. But what about building a haunted city?
Yep, just go straight. It's like, no, we're just going to go past living, go straight to haunted.
It's full of ghosts. I'll tell you what, though. The prison that is worth 2. The reason why it's so cheap is because they use Chinese contractors, and the whole thing's going to fall apart next week. And it's going to kill everybody because, surprise, everyone was on death row. Even the guards.
Plot twist.
And that's where they import the ghosts for the haunted city.
Okay.
Which is basically, you're building haunted city. It's Halloween Town.
You know what? This entire game makes complete sense now.
This is Halloween, red and black and lemon green. In this town we call home. Everyone hail to the battlefield song. This is Halloween.
Oh my god. All right, so those are our scores for Citadel. If you enjoy this video, like and subscribe.
I am the light of the moon at night.
Be sure to check out the other videos we have at the end of this one.
This is Halloween.